Chapter 8. Let's try to deal with this first bit. Though I still like Matt better than Mark or Luke, I think it is time for the elephant story. Eastern religion. 7 blind monks, and they take hold of the elephant and proclaim their new wisdom of the elephant. And in case we have sleepy people still with us, for this religion the elephant is it. As in it, our part. Well, of course, none of the blind monks are completely wrong. They each have only held a small part of the elephant, and must first talk with one another to understand the whole of the elephant. And that doesn't have much to do with Mary Magdalene and her 7 demons. And my guess, 7 unruly children of Jesus age Christ. But it doesn't matter. What matters is Joanna, not because she is writing this book. Joanna was a not insignificant associate of Herod, who was likely the grandson of Herod and the father of Jesus. My arm hurts. Quote verse 3. Joanna, whose husband Chuza was an officer in Herod's court, and Susanna, and many other women who used their own resources to help Jesus and his disciples. End quote. Now here's a thought, after we say thank you to Luke for including that verse. It is both kind and revealing. Jesus had help, a great deal of help. Strangers came to him as angels, agents, creatures of the earth who are compelled to love life, and others who do. I don't know where he says you must be born again, and this interpretation is not new. Jesus might have believed in reincarnation. There are many alarms going off around the world, and I don't recommend anyone believe it. See it first as a possibility, not a certainty. Well, when the music's over, put on a new mix. Another thing Jesus might have believed is that we are one family. Not like the hippies, a little sure, but he would have seen it not as a belief. For him it was a fact that he could see. And if we could stop killing our brothers and sisters, we might start to understand our cousins, other mammals. Which may sound science fiction. It ain't. It is evolution that started as everything is energy. Mum would tell me that's a belief too. It ain't. I've seen it. Part of me has always been in it. I don't remember what. I have been born again as a child. One with everything. Then a life of being one of the things in it. A part of the elephant. Here's something else. Though I know it is me that sits here and is writing, sitting in paradise kitchen, listening to music and birds and humans talking, and cars a little way off. Our streetcar is inevitable, as is an airplane, and rain, and we got no choice but to believe some person is or was and will be sitting trying to make clear to her or himself that it is really happening, this life theater. And anything we choose to make matter eventually will. We had love figured out back when we were trying to handle fire. We did. Now we are the apprentice gods, pretending to still be the monkeys we were. That is sort of the sad story, only different. Like I'm sort of Jesus, but not really, in the theater on the stage of our new history. For a moment, it is my role, maybe by default. Wisdom, the tree of knowledge. Unfortunately, all the other roads are neon highways to a toxic wasteland, and ain't no one playing any theater to anyone to convince them to think of anything. And the purpose of language is to communicate what you know. Books are good, teachers better, and everyone needs to be a lifetime student. It is our ticket to heaven. Children should talk to strangers, and strangers should honor children like any angel would honor and love a child. Luke writes long chapters. Devil is real. Not a thing real. It is doubt. It is our worst enemy. In the storm story, take it how you want. Quote verse 21. My mother and brothers are those who hear the word of God and obey it. The big difference between the Jesus story and the Moses story is this. When Moses said God, he almost always meant his interpretation of the elements like thunder, and meant everyone should follow his laws because God said. We have all heard this as kids. 'Cause I said. We know now this ain't true. The Easter Bunny ain't real. Thousands, millions have hung on crosses or lost their heads or been tossed into prison. This, unfortunately for us, means we ain't got much time for Easter bunnies. Jesus said, "Don't listen to me, listen to the bloody world around you." And like a 2-year-old child, react. Luke butchers the pig story. Then Jarvis, my guess is father-in-law, but who cares? She ain't dead.